Hello everyone, how are you doing today? Oop, 1 second. Need to adjust my microphone because I have my new headphones. They arrived this morning and they are far more comfortable than the earbuds I was using. No, it's taken a while to get used to them because they are a little loud. I tweak. Just bring the output down a bit. Red Monster, welcome. You got French fries and Fanta. Ooh, very nice. I have just had some ham sandwiches because I've had a busy morning, which is why we are starting an hour later than usual. But yes, I am fairly good. I am awake, I am feeling great, and I am ready to do some coding. And the first bit of coding we're going to be doing is actually some coding on the overlay because there is one thing I want to fix, which is my mouth. And I didn't get round to that yesterday, and I want to get it fixed now just to see if we can get it working for the stream. If not, okay, I'll have to fix it later. But if we can, then we can get a fresh build out and, well, have my my mouth controlled by my voice again rather than the microphone. So let us head over. So what we need to do, when I find where my mouse cursor has gone, is we need, right, so we have the fix API setup build there. What is that? And that is some more changes to Bulkybot. So if we just stash those, go here. What we want to do is I want to bring up the code and I want to test something. What I want to test, let's close that, is if I go into our mouth manager, here we have a wavelength stream. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start this up and there should be another wavelength option in here at the top. Wavelength microphone FX. So we're going to give that one a try because that should be the monitoring, what basically comes through to my headphones. So wavelength microphone FX. Right. So if I turn that off and I save that, if I play it again, okay, so, so it's not picking it up. Let me go here. Let me just do that and see if that. Okay, why is that now not picking it up? Wavelength stream, wavelength microphone FX. We have to reduce the sample rate again. Nope, still not working. I've spelt that correctly. Wave, space, link, space, microphone, FX. Yep, so that is correct. Hmm. So the microphone. Oh, bring that down. Right. So why is the microphone not? Oh, because it's the monitor mix from here. Let's. Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. Yeah. So this isn't gonna work. So basically, my mouth is going to be broken for a while. There are other things that we can do, but I'll have to do them off stream. So let's I'll save. Let's quit that. Let's quit that. Go to here. We can discard our changes here. And just go back there. Okay, that didn't work. But at least the mouth isn't opening, so anyway, let us get back into Coppice because we need to work out this whole intersection thing. Now, earlier was mentioning something last night after we raided. About being able to union the paths. Intersects the area enclosed by the path with the cliffing path at the current contact, so makes the resulting shape flipping path. Could we cheat it that way? Right, I am going to create a new playground. Actually, Mac playground. Let's have. It does not have a view. Okay, so we're going to create a single view one, and I'm going to place this on the desktop. Test playground. And as we have a view, okay, so we have a graphics context there. If I do graphics context dot The NS graphics content. Okay, so do we need to get the CG context? Oh, then this Bezier path lets us get the current clip. Okay, so we should be able to do graphics context, that CG context, that okay, what we're going to do, class view, class. Actually, can we copy paste? Get rid of the private static of that. And what we want to do is let graphics context equals ns let CG context equal create grayscale context of size CG size 200 by 2. If CG context flipped false because we don't particularly care, and then what we're going to do is this Bezier path rect with CG rect, and we're going to just test this on some rectangles. We're going to do 20, 20, 60, well, we'll do 100, 100. And you just go full screen. Well, that. Okay. And we can do set clip. And then we could do CG context dot bounding box of clip path is graphics context.current is now func. Do I have can you set ns graphics context.current? You can. So what we want to do is graphics ns graphics context.current equals graphics context, and if we do that, then our clip is now that. Okay. So what we want to do is if we set this to let's say 100. Okay, so that updates it, but if I add clip, then we get that. Now, this is one of the key things. What if I set that to 130, 130? Okay, this is how we can do it. We can cheat. So let's do an NS Bezier path. So we're going to have let path1 equals NS Bezier path 1 dot move to 2020, and then we're going to do path on. Yeah. Now we're going to want to test this in the app. It's going to be easier. So what we want to do well, first I want to okay, so we're just going to get rid of this. I just want to test something. We have that there, but what if we do ns graphics context dot save graphics state? Okay, so that restores it. Okay, so I think I know what we need to do now. So now I have an idea of what we need to do, and my having to think is out the way. How is everyone's Monday going? Are you up to much? Got any plans for the day or for the week? I've spent part of the morning planning my week out and all the things that I need to do. All the various jobs that I need to get up to and finish during the week. Tomorrow's probably going to be a very busy day because I would like Wednesday. I haven't decided whether I'm going to stream yet, but I do want to get a bunch of work done. So I'd like Wednesday to be that, and Tuesday and Thursday are going to be some tidying, cleaning up, trying to get as much done on Tuesday as I can so that Thursday is as free as possible. Right, so oh, it's not cold anywhere. Thought we were calling it in here. Oh no, it would have been in the canvas layout engine. Yeah, we are. Right, so we're going to do that, and what we're going to do is we're going to delete that. And delete that. And we're going to return false here, but I'm going to print graphics context equals this graphics context dot current. I want to see whether we have a graphics context when this is called. I believe that we should. Afternoon, Mr. B. How are you doing today? Okay, so we do not have a graphics context at this point. Okay, so we have to create one. Hopefully your Monday's going well. Oh, too much stuff to do for Monday. I know that feeling. I've started the stream late because I've been doing stuff this morning and meeting family, buying stuff to do repairs around the house, cleaning, tidying. It has been a hectic Monday. It's going to be a hectic week, which makes complete sense because it's meant to be my week off work. So why not make it hectic? That's going to help me recover. Right, so what we want to do is we do not care. Right, CG context. Creating a CG context. Right, where is this method? So we have our initializer here. Creates bitmap context, creates bitmap context. Okay. We're going to need that anyway. So it doesn't particularly matter the type of context. For the size, what we want is let size equals, and we're going to do other path. No, we're going to do self dot bounds dot max x self dot bounds dot min max y. Yeah, because technically you could have a negative, like Bezier paths that go into negative space, but we're not going to deal with that. So what we are going to do now is if we take our size, we're going to guard let DG context equals that doesn't need to be static. We'll do oh, there's a fair point. What if? No, it depends on the size, doesn't it? Okay, we'll do this and we'll optimize it later if necessary. Right, we're going to do self.create grayscale context of size else turn false. Then what we want to do, in this graphics context dot current equals ns graphics context DG context with our context flipped false. At the end of this, we're also going to graphics context.current equals nil. Actually, we do ns graphics context dot save graphics context. We'll do that, and then ns graphics context dot store graphics state, just in case there is one. Okay, so what we want to do in here, we want to do self that clip, other path, add clip, and let bounds equals cg context dot bounding box of clip path. And what we're going to do here is return bound dot size is not equal to 0. So let's see if this works. This should hopefully let us cheat to figure out an intersection. Needs to be sent to a class. Alright, so we're in here, we're not, oh, we are selecting there. Let's see what our bound is. Bound. Oh. Bound. Curious. Need to check what the bounds are. What are the bounds? Right, so if we do this, we may be able to find them. Hopefully. Right. Why are we getting... Oh, I want that to be other paths not bound. Okay. Right, why are we getting this now? Self-stop bounds is 33, 3, 222, 62. And where is our canvas origin? Happen if I okay, so that's checking that. So we get inside of the bounds. Oh, do we need this to be flipped then? No, it's getting... We're at this point. We get into the bounds, but the bounding box of the clip path, they... Okay, let's go back to here. And let's do path 1 dot line 2 CG point X 20 Y 100. Okay, path 1 dot cl- Then what we want is path 2 equals NS Bezier path, and we are going to do a rect with CG rect X 80 80 20 20. See what this looks like. Okay. And then we're going to do path 1 set clip. Get rid of that. And then we're going to do path 2 add clip. We can get rid of those. So let's try getting the current clip path from CG content. Okay. I was to set this to 101. So that's saying that is inside. So if I... Oh, of course, because it's... Oh, that shouldn't be. 90, 90. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so that isn't going to work. So what we need to do is undo all of this. Go back to what we have here and work out why this isn't working. So if we build and run this, we'll try and figure out how we do our intersections. Because intersections are apparently hard. Uli, welcome. I am, it's a good job you're here. I'm still working on the intersection problem. I have literally just tried doing an approach that I thought may have been cheating and given us what we want, but sadly didn't, which is using clips and trying to set the clip with one path, add the clip with another path. The intersection's done, but there's unfortunately no way to get the actual path back. So I was getting the bounding box, and unfortunately, yeah, it just it doesn't work quite right because this should be a square, outside the bounds of this here. And yeah, so that's worked. So I'm going back to the approach I was doing before. But yeah, how are you doing today? Yeah, and I mean, it could be. Let me. Why is there a path? No. So NS Bezier path doesn't. CG path does, because it has these nice things. Path create copy by unioning path, intersecting path, subtracting, symmetric difference. So you get all of your Boolean operations on the path, and you get a nice CG path intersects path. The problem is available starting macOS 13 and iOS 16. So it would be great, but I would have to drop macOS 10.15, 11, and 12. So that is very irritating, but what can you do? Right, so what I am going to do is copy this. I'm going to go into our test playground. Actually, we want that and those. So we're going to get rid of that and do an extension on NS Bezier path and throw those in. Copy the whole thing in. Okay, let's just copy the whole thing. Okay, so we can get rid of that, and what I want to do is path1 dot intersects with path2, and that is going to return false. However, we should be able to yeah, that is what I'm doing here. We create a grayscale context, clear it out, and then and basically the receiver, I'm clipping to that, and then I'm painting in the other path. Oh. Okay. Oh, maybe there is a bit of a... I got my paths wrong. Maybe I have. Maybe I need to do that. Okay. If I do that, okay. Let's just keep this, but let's just undo back to where we were. Let's do 80. Set that to 10. Now that is still... That is what I'm doing here. I'm setting the clip, I'm adding the clip, checking the bounding box, but I mean, if I show the paths... Yeah. If I set that to... We're at path 2020. 9 to 2100. 9 to 100, 100. Yeah, so that needs to be there. Twenty 100, 100, 100. So we want like X90, Y20, which gives us a box. So this box here should basically be here, overlapping a bit. We set the clip here, get the bounding box, and then we're going to add the clip, which clips us to 90, 20, and what it does do an intersection, but the bounding, it gives us like the bounding box intersection. So it's like the intersection of the bounding boxes, which doesn't make much sense. So yeah, that is not going to work. So what we could do there is go back there, get rid of that, and it's, we want to do path 1 dot intersects with path 2, which is false, which is what we want. If I change that back to 90, it is still false. So can I do test context dot let's test image equals, and let's have a look at what this is. Okay, so that is black. So what if I did like 50, 50, 50, 50? Okay, so that is returning true. Okay, so it does affect the resolution. So maybe if we were to change this to, for example, 2 by 2. The data dot load from byte offset 1 as uint8.self. Okay, so what if we change that back to 90, 90, 2020? Okay, what we're going to do is 0, 2, that's equal to 2. So size times size. And we're going to do for each print data.load from byte offset $0 as uint8.self. Get rid of that, and this is going to be size, 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 and size. And then let's change that to 3. What about 10? Oh, because our test context. 10, 10. Okay, so we're getting some stuff there. Let's go back to 2 and bring that back to 2. Okay. Actually, data is an unsafe mutable raw pointer. Let's see if we can crash this. I do +1. No. Okay, so I think that is I think that's going beyond. So a 2x2 should solve it. And then basically what we need to do is just go through, and if any of them, like if we were to set this to 20, all of them should be 0, which they are. Okay, so this works. We just need a bigger test context. So what we are going to do is for offset in nope. So for offset in we need to sort the size, so we'll do private static test size or test test size. With our CG context is basically a glorified state machine with its single path, and CG paths didn't come until way later. Yeah. But CG path came quite a way after Bezier path, didn't it? There wasn't a CG path. Like NS Bezier path came first, didn't it? And CG path only came about, was it with it was with iOS, wasn't it, that CG path came about? I mean, we can check. CG path. Oh, path. When did it come into being? Oh, macOS 10.2. Okay. But pretty sure this Bezier path is way older than that. Yep, so at least 10.0, but probably going well back to next, I would assume. So for offset in we want 0 to test size dot width times test size dot height of dot and let data, let value equals data dot load from byte offset as uint 8.self. At the very least, it's taught me how to use a raw unmutable pointer in Swift. If value is not equal to 0, then true. Otherwise, we're going to go down here and return false. Well, I mean, if it arrived in 10.2, that would be quite a way before the iOS SDK, but still a way into. Because when did CG Context arrive? Because in fact, we can look at this graphics context. Yeah, CG. No, let's get type ID. Yeah, it was in 10.0, so it was just, it only allowed you to transfer between an NS graphics context and a CG context in 10.10. CG context is 10.0 when they don't display PostScript. Okay. Wonder if that is why CG Path supports quadratic Bezier curves, but NS Bezier Path doesn't. I wonder if that's something where NS Bezier Path either just simply never got that functionality, or because like it never had that functionality in the first place because of maybe display PostScript maybe didn't properly support it or something. I don't know. Anyway, we get a compiler error. Oh, that's an integer then. Okay, let's see if this works now. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it does. So we're gonna go in here. No. Okay. Why? Oh, because we need to. Right. So. Rect origin.0 stuff.test set. That wants to be that wants to be Bezier path.test. This is why you use constants, people. Still not working. Why? Why? You still not working? Right, let's ignore 20 times before stopping. What I'm going to do is... Right. What does this image look like? I know why, because we didn't fix this here. Graphics context dot set fill color white. Because if you have a black background and you don't have a fill color set, then it's just going to be black, and voila. That is accurate enough for what I need. I can go down and we have selected and selected. It is not like ridiculously accurate. Like you're not good, it's not pixel precision accurate, but considering you're not at, like if I turn the arrow bounds off, you're not actually going to see it. So it's like it's going to be outside the arrow bounds when it selects anyway, because that is the interaction rect, because we need to make that bigger so that people don't have to interact with such a small thing. But I would count that as a success. You can now select arrows. Yay! Let's catch up on chat. Yeah, graphics port before that. CG context is just a new name. Graphics context were added when they deprecated graphics port and added the flip parameter to everything in 10.10. Was it really 10.10 when they added that? Still, for the life of me, I do not know why they... Like, it's one of the few things where I think UIKit is just objectively superior to AppKit is the fact that it sticks the origin in the top left rather than the bottom left. Because almost all of the stuff I do in Coppice, I've flipped it so it's all in top left because it just makes so much sense. Anything you do with a scroll view, you need to flip it because it just makes so much more sense in the top left. So it's like, it's just one of those things of someone made a decision back in the day and it was not the best decision. Let's see. Speed context is the new name for the method. Types older. Graphics support of the void return, but always returns a CG context ref. Yeah. I mean, I've never really used CG context on the Mac that much because I've generally just been able to get away with the AppKit level stuff. So most of my CG context stuff was on iOS. Close enough for government work, yep. I mean, like I said, it doesn't need to be pixel precise. It's just, is this rectangle in the vicinity of this arrow without selecting it when it is there? Because I could go like that, and that is good enough for me. Classic macOS had the top left origin too, but some mathematician had insisted on having bottom left on OS 10. Mathematicians are the worst. Mathematicians want things to be mathematically pure. They are not practical people in the slightest. Give me an engineer or a physicist or anyone like that. I mean, what's the saying? 3 is a good enough approximation of pi for cosmologists. something like that. But yeah, I am going to get myself a fresh cup of tea. And when we get back, we are going to get deleting working because we now have the ability to select these in all our different ways. And yeah, we will get the deletion working and then we can make a start on some drag linking, which should be fun, but also maybe not because it's possibly the most complex thing I've added since the original linking, but we will see. Caused them so much trouble, particularly because the background patterns aligned with the origin, so the pinstripes kept moving behind the controls when you resized a window. That is not ideal. Did a lot of work using NS text in Carbon windows, so CG context was the shared thing with which you could get NS to draw in the window ref. I can see that being fun. Thankfully, I think the only Carbon I have ever touched was global hotkeys. Everything else was just wrapped by Cocoa, or I never needed to touch it. So, but yeah, I think the only Carbon I've touched directly has been creating global hotkeys for stuff, and generally just actually no, there may be one or two other things that I have done, but it's usually those system level interact with things when you're not the frontmost app event stuff. But yeah, anyway, I will get myself a cup of tea and we will come back to this and get this ball rolling on deleting links and then creating new ones. So see you all in a moment. Okay, I am back. So, where were we? We were going to get deleting working, weren't we? Which should mostly work at this point. The thing that we need to do... remove item. Tell delegate to remove. Okay. We want to go to there. Okay, so this is what we want to update. Members layout engine delegate. Move items. Page item. Layout. Right, where is this implemented? In the view model. So remove item. Right, how do we want to actually do this? Because if you close a canvas page, so the difference is if I select this link and delete it, I'm basically removing the link from the canvas. However, if I select this page and delete it, I am removing the page and the link, but I want to be able to open it again. So you close the page and can restore this, but if I delete this and then close the page, it doesn't do it. If I drag, select, for example, that, then I'm effectively closing this page, which closes this link, so it can be opened again, but I am deleting this link. So I think what we need to do when deleting it is we first enumerate the pages, we close the pages, and then we see are there any, then we go through the links and delete those, because if this page is closed and this link is gone, the link will no longer exist. So therefore, okay, so I want to undo that. That must be item.pages. Internal? Okay, let's make it public then. Right. So I've actually been spending the past few days sort of in a bit of a weird mood where I'm torn between three different things. Because as I say, I've got this week off from contract work, and I sort of need to do 3 different things. I need to do a lot of work on Coppice and various other bits of the business. A lot of it, well, some of it off stream because it's stuff that I can't share. It's like preparing to allow me to share stuff in a safe way. But I also need to get stuff done around the house, and I also need to relax. And one of those has to actually give. And I think the thing that's probably going to give is working on Coppice, because I need the rest, and I need to get the stuff done through the house because I still get to work on Coppice the rest of the time. So there may not be as many streams, and part of me is contemplating taking next weekend off from streaming as well, just to get a weekend of just nothing. I mean, I may do some streaming. I may just purely stream the overlay, but we will see. Like, I may stream during the week where I'm literally just working on the overlay for pure enjoyment purposes. But it's one of those things of make sure you get your rest in and not wanting to get burnt out by streaming, because I enjoy doing it and I enjoy working on Coppice, and I do not want to get burnt out by it. Canvas page. Because the absolute worst thing you can do is get burnt out by something you really enjoy doing. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely burnt out with the contract work, and oddly, that has not necessarily been because of being overworking. It's just sometimes you just need a break. You've been doing something for too long, especially when you're working on someone else's project. There's a different level of investment there than if it's your own thing. If it's your own thing, you're happy just tinkering with it whenever. But also you don't have as much pressure to really push along with it. Whereas with someone else, you sort of not invested in the same way emotionally in it, but you have the professional and financial sort of investment that you have to put in it, and it sort of burns you out in a different way. I'm sort of burnt out on that and just need a week off. But I think it's also with doing my streams. I effectively don't have... I have one day off every 2 weeks. Now, it's not like... Not saying that I don't have any time off, but I'm doing contract work Tuesday through either Thursday or Friday. I mean, if we start 1 week, the first week I'm doing contract work Tuesday through Friday. Then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm streaming in the afternoons. And having to do housework in the mornings, like tidying up, cleaning, all stuff like that. Then the following week, I'm contracting Tuesday through Thursday. And then I have the Friday, which is the only day where I'm not doing contract work and not doing streaming, which is the only day when I can get caught up on stuff. And it's great because I can get caught up on stuff around the house. It's just I've got so much stuff to do around the house that I think that needs to be the priority this week. So then I can start using those Fridays purely for relaxation. And let's do that. You miss the streams, but you can put back your self-interest long enough to understand. Better have a break and then return streams and burn out and no streams ever again. Yeah, I mean, the contract isn't full-time real, because like I say, it's 4 days 1 week, 3 days the next. So I've got more time off than most people, but when I'm working on my own projects like this, it still technically counts as work, and it still to some degree feels like work. But it is, yeah, it's, I don't want it to start really feeling like work. Actually, I probably want self.model controller dot canvas link connection dot link. So yeah, I don't want to get burnt out on this. I want to have fun, and I think I'm starting to get a little burnt out on it. So I think it's just, I need to take the time off from streaming and focus on just getting my energy back. And once I get a lot of this house stuff out of the way, then that's off my mind. And like I say, Fridays I can relax, and yeah, we'll see how things go. Yeah, streaming does take additional energy. It requires you to do more than just work, and you're not necessarily fully productive during that time, or as productive. But at the same time, it's locking you into a time period in which you have to work. At least in my case. So the streaming is great for keeping me accountable for getting some work done. It's just kind of annoying that I was sort of looking forward to having this week to be able to spend doing a lot of stuff on Coppice, and it's just, I don't feel like that. Now, maybe after tomorrow, because tomorrow I've got a lot of stuff planned for stuff around the house. Maybe after tomorrow it will be a lot better, but we will see. Right. Oh. Okay, so that is that link. Okay, so there is a bug there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this. And no, actually what I'm going to do is, there we go. So I'm going to delete that. Let's delete that. So if I, for example, if I, which one is this? Either of those. So if I delete this and then close this and then open, you'll see that it doesn't open in the same place. So what I want to test is that that happens for this if I do this, but not for this one. If I hit delete here, and then close this. If I click that, that opens up there. But if I click that, okay, that is opening there. So that should not be the case because that should be closing and then opening down there. And it is. Okay, so why did that not work? I do that and do that. And then let's open it the other way. Okay, so that is working. I wonder if I do that and do that and then that. Oh, that works. Okay. Success. And speaking of the burnout, I'm feeling a bit like that right now. So what we're going to do, as this is a good point to finish work on Coppice for this week, we're going to spend some more time working on the stream. I think any streaming I do this week, I should just do it on the stream, not do any Coppice. So this is going to finish up the Coppice work for this week. So get link deletion. I think that is all the Coppice stuff done for this week. And yeah, so I may end up streaming this week, but it's not going to be Coppice stuff. I've come to that conclusion just now. I need a break from all Xcode related stuff. I need to rest that coding part of my brain. So what we are going to do now is we're actually going to go into Blender. So if we go here and I want to open dot. I am. Oh, right. I'm gonna have to close this. Oh, wrong thing. Stream overlay. By stash. Now I can do this. Here we go. So if I go here, you'll see that I've done some work on the Pokebot. I have actually got rid of much of the many of the bones. Got rid of one of the arms and tweaked it. So we now have telescopic arms like this. Now, if I open the constrict chest, I actually discovered some cool stuff in Blender. So I just set this up as a test for telescopic arms. So if I select that, you'll see we have telescopic arms, and the key thing is this is the same height as this. And what I have done, this bone is set to the bottom, like the bottom of here. This one is set to the bottom of here, and this one is set so that the top bit is on the top of there. And what that means is this bone does not move. This bone, however, will move. And what I can do is if I move it, it seems to move the middle one. Now, the slight problem is I don't understand why. It could be that it is based on the distance between or something like that. But it means I can do one thing and have it gracefully sort of telescope out properly. I was also playing with some stuff that I probably won't do, but I was playing with this here where I've created a slider that I can use to drag in and out. So I go there and I just drag this. It's basically using the Y in the coordinate space of this plane to actually shift the piston in and out, which I thought was quite cool, and it would make things a bit easier if I had like a control panel to actually do all the rotations and stuff. The problem is taking that into Unity and getting rid of that. That's a pain. So right. So what we are going to do is going to go back into the Pokebot and see if we can get this implemented. So I'm going to delete the bones. Because I need to do some tweaks, because for this to work, I need these to be same height. I also need to fix the scale on them. So oh, that's a fair point. The height of it when it is low. Okay, let's so we bring that up to there. Right. I can get rid of. Right, why don't I bring them all up so all of them are the same height? Almost. So what I want to do is this one. Move it so it is there. Right. So. I know how I can do this. Make sure that they are perfectly aligned. I can like that, and then this is going to be a bunch of 3D cursor maneuvering. So I snap the 3D cursor to there. Then I want to go in here. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I want to first snap there, and then the origin cursor. And that one, I want to select there, 3D cursor to there, origin to 3D cursor, and then I want to do that, and then snap to 3D cursor, that's 3D cursor. They should all be, yeah. Okay. And then for each of these, I can just set the origin back to center of mass of the volume. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing here. And then we can see how much space we have. Nah. Origin to 3D cursor. Oh. And okay, so we have loads of space. So let us move that down. And this move. Can we do halfway between there and there? So that is where we want that. Okay. So what we want is we want these to all be the same height. However, they are going to be offset a bit because these need to stick out the bottom. So what we probably want is not to align them at the top. We want to align them where they want to be positioned. Unless you don't want to adjust that. I mean, the only ones that need to be the same height are these. So if I... If we... do that. Oh. Move that up there. Then what we can do here is we've got that position set up, so we'll set that up to there. Hey Kieran, yes, robo arm. And now what we want to do is snap the center to there, select that and snap that to there. Now they should be the same height, and then we can move this back down. Okay, so those are both the same height. And they give us a lot of extension, probably more extension than we are ever going to need, but it's better to overspec this and not use it than to underspec it and then realize I need to remodel it when I get to the last animation. So how are you doing today, Kieran? Always good to see the Pokebot get upgraded. It is. Okay. That seems to be a good spot. So for this, I want to select that. Down. So there. And then what I want to do is that cursor. I don't want to do that. Got so completely immersed in rigging yourself, in rigging your animator's eyes, that you're behind on chores and forgot to check email on top of that too. Hence why you're so late. Well, at least you had a very good excuse. But I am doing pretty well. Had a busy morning, which is why I started streaming late, but I am pretty good now. Now I have taken the decision that I'm probably, if I am streaming this week, and this includes this next weekend that's coming up, I will not be streaming any Coppice. I need to take some time off, so I'm maybe just not streaming this weekend at all. I'm just taking a proper break from all coding. Or if I do, I will just be streaming on, well, this sort of stuff. Okay, I think we are in business. So let's just save that. Commit that. Right, and then what we want to do is extend this out. Long arm is long. Okay. Right, so if I do anything else. Oh, Kieran, that's a fair point. Question for you, with your knowledge of rigging. Is it possible to set up a mirror for a rig? Or is it just going to be easier to rig one arm, duplicate the mesh over, duplicate the bones over, and just rename them all? Or is there something where I can set up a mirror and it will actually mirror the bones over to the other side? Because I was having a look for it and I could not find. Oh, write up some notes for you. Okay, that is good. Because if it's easy enough for me just to, if I can mirror the rig, then I can mirror the model now, and then it can handle the rig. Like I don't even need to do all like the mirror any of the weight painting side of it. I just want to mirror the rig so that at least reflected along like the Z and Y of the Z axis, at least it is exactly the same without me needing to do all sorts of annoyances. Yeah, just the bones in the rig, because my rig... oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh god, where's the armature gone? So you got to do it there. So basically I have a simple rig that is just the body here. Then I have a set of arms that aren't really connected. They just keep offsets on them down here. But I want the exact same set over here. Now I can potentially do that just by going into edit mode, selecting them, duplicating them across. Can I do? Yeah, I could do a mirror. What would it be? Y local? Not X local. So I can mirror X local and then do it like that, but then I've got to make sure that I get the X position. No, actually, why am I doing it like that? If I duplicate and then do that, then I could just armature mirror X global. Oh. Okay, so I want to select all the bones, right click, symmetrize. That does not seem to be doing anything. Does it need to be in pose mode or edit mode? So I'd assume edit mode. Well, I mean, these are the ones that I want. Direction minus X. B plus X to minus X. No, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. I wonder if it's because it's not connected. Oh, let me do... I was to do right shoulder and this be an a right suffix. So shoulder dot R and a upper top piston dot R. Right, there we go. That is good to know. I did not know that you needed the suffix, but that's good. I mean, I've literally just been doing it R R space shoulder. So switching to shoulder.r is no real difference to me. Right. So let's get rigging. So what I want to do, let's set our origin to center of volume. Let's go into here and, oh no, I want to snap the cursor to there and then move that to there. Then what I'm going to do, because this is something that I managed to sort of discover, Kieran. Right, what I'm going to do is go into there. And then we're going to go into there. Snap that to there. And then snap. Just there. Well, let's give it a try with I'm gonna select that and I do our shoulder. Do our upper top piston. Our upper middle piston. And let's select those bones. Okay, so it works if you just do R space, so that's good to know. I can keep it. So the only reason it wasn't working is because I haven't named them, because I haven't built the rig yet. So right, now we want to select that and go down. And right. Oh. Right. So first, oh, that needs to be right. Let's snap to there. Go in. That's a center. It's all having to go out of edit mode, or into and out of edit mode to get the 3D to be able to select these to snap the cursor to them is a little tedious, but okay. So what we need this is where things get a little tricky. Or do they? Because what I want to be able to do is rotate this, but I also need these to flex around the center point. I mean, what I could do is not rotate the elbow and instead have another one coming out here, and then this can sort of I can rotate it like that, but then I need to tie that to this. Okay, that could work. Okay, so actually, I want to snap the cursor to there. Now this may mess up the piston stuff, so we will see. It does, we'll tweak things slightly. That's origin. Snap. There. That. There. Right, so we select that and go up to there. This, that just cursor. Cursor. So, oh no, actually, we want it there. Because I want one going there, I want one going there, and these are going to be, if I set them, I set cursor there, then I select that and snap that to there. When you really learn how the 3D cursor works in Unity, it is like, at first it's this weird thing. It's like, why would you ever use it? And then when you start doing a lot of snap cursor to this point, snap this to cursor, you realize, oh, this is actually incredibly useful. Okay, I think that is my armature sort of set up there. So let's name these. So we got right, right shoulder, right upper top piston. Right upper middle piston. Right, upper bottom piston. Of the right elbow. The right lower middle piston. Aha, I've just realized something. Right, so these I need to clear parents from. I do actually need snap cursor there. snap that to there, and then I want to extend out and snap cursor to there, snap that to the cursor. Okay, because this is going to be the right lower bottom piston. Got the right wrist, because this is what will allow us to rotate the wrist. Right front claw. And the right back claw. Okay. Now we need to do all the parenting. So that and that is going to be parented and connected to that. That is already parented to that. That wants to be parented to that, keeping the offset. That wants to be parented to that, keeping the offset. That is parented to that. That wants to be parented to that, keeping that. And that parented to that, keeping the offset. Okay. Alright, let us do some naming here. So we've got the right piston. Right shoulder. Right upper piston. Oh, right upper top piston. Right upper middle piston. Right upper bottom piston, and the elbow, and then we go right lower top piston. Right wrist and front claw, back claw. Okay. So what we want to do now is do some assigning. So what I'm going to do is that. How odd. The bugs early through should have been the bigger ones. Should have been that size. I wonder why they're not. Things must still be breaking. In theory, subscribers are meant to be able to throw the bigger bugs, but for some reason, no. Things are always going to break. Anyway. I really need a command that is go to the spot on the floor and turn to the camera where I am perfectly positioned. Did that throw? Did it bounce out here? No, it must have been... I don't see a big one. No. Yeah. Oh well, I will get these things fixed eventually. I thought I had got it working, but just for you, Uli, let's see what it looks like when this happens. Oh. Well. Now we need to clear up. Come on, out the way. Bye bye, big bugs. Come on. Nope. Away from the camera. Keep going. You sit over in the corner. Come on. There we go. Stay. Good bug. So, I'll just set that. I'll set that. What we are going to do is if I shift duplicate and then object mirror global. Why is it? You not mirror around. Could I? Like that, like that, like that, that. No, do that. Mirror. It's global. And then I can delete that. And okay, that's in the correct place. So now what I want to do is I want to select all of these bits and pieces. And then I want to select that and go to object mode, parent with empty groups. Okay. So what I need to do is select that and that. Go into edit mode, select all the vertices and assign. Okay, I need to clear these out. In fact, let's do. Get rid of all these vertex groups because I don't need them because I need to create a fresh one. Don't think you ever wanted a bug to stay. But I mean, these bugs are cute. They're adorable little bugs that apparently cause bugs in the stream. It's kind of ironic that one of the few things that seems to work really well are the bugs. Every other part of the stream seems to have bugs, but the actual bugs are probably the most functional and least buggy part of the entire thing. Because I mean, the bugs do throw if it registers you as a subscriber. It's just the subscriber code is broken. Right. I'm gonna have to delete them all here as well. Okay. Yes, the arms are probably roughly, yeah, they will be about 2 times as long as the body. It just gives me additional flexibility because, I mean, the head is roughly about the same size as the body. So it is all weird proportions. So even with this, the arms are probably, if you think where your elbows are on your head, your elbows can get up to your head. So, I mean, we'll try this in a second. I'll do a quick test. But generally, if you stick your arms up, your elbows are around the top of your head. And also come sort of down to your, like your hip. So, I mean, if you imagine that I don't really have legs, like if you take the waist and the legs away and just imagine that is wheels, then it makes a lot more sense. But if I was to select all of that, select all of that and just shift it up to there. When that rotates, yeah, so I'm not even going to get up above the head that much. Like the elbows aren't going to reach the top of the head because when that rotates, the head's probably going to be about there. So it's like I won't be long enough to, for example, scratch the top of the head. It's going to be scratching inside of the head for confusion. But yeah, the proportions are all out of where they probably should be. But that's because you're imagining a robot that doesn't have any legs. If you imagined a head, like, I mean, my arms, if I just stand up. Yeah, I'm probably about what? 4 or 5, well, maybe about 10 centimeters. My finger, if I put my arms down my side, my fingers are maybe about like 10 centimeters, if that, above my knee. So, like, in relation to you, your arms are fairly big. But yeah, it's a very big head, a very long neck, very short legs. The proportions are all over the place, but the key thing is, can I get the poses that I want? Because the actual Pokebot shape works really well. It's why I narrowed the body down so it's no longer a cube. I made it taller and I made it narrower so that the arms can fit in the sides, but also they don't have as far forward to stretch. So it's just doing what works, like practically. I mean, the whole point of doing a robot is that it is simpler to do than a matter of the proper kind that Doig and Swift have, or Fenrir has, or that Kieran has. They are far better artists than I. I'm far more talented with the far more talented with that. Not working. Far more talented with the 3D modeling. So I take the easy way out. Right. So now I want to select these. And then I'm going to select that and go to object mode and parent with empty groups. And now it's had them in, but we only have the ones that we need. So now I can select these, select all the vertices, and these are going to be fully assigned to right shoulder. This is going to be assigned to the upper top piston. This is going to be assigned to the upper middle piston. That is going to be assigned to the upper bottom piston, as is the entire elbow. So ironically, the elbow is not going to be attached to the elbow bone because we need this to rotate. Oh, actually, yeah, we don't want that because this needs to flex up. So yeah, that should work. This we want that is going to be assigned to the elbow. That is going to be assigned to the middle piston. That is going to be assigned to the bottom piston. Oh. That is going to be assigned to wrist. And then that to the front claw. And that to the back claw. Okay, so that should be rigged. So let's see if I select that and go to pose mode, what happens. So that is okay. That is okay. That is rotating. This we want to rotate along the Z. Can. This we want to rotate along the Y. Can. This we want to rotate along the X, which can. Now, this is the key thing. Okay, so why is that not working when it does in the other? So we need to have a look. Open constraint test. So yeah, limiting the location is fine on that. Limit the distance. Is it? I select that. I go to the vertex groups. So that's middle ball. Ah, right. So that is what I need to do. Open recent Pokebot. The middle ball also needs to be assigned to the bottom piston. So it needs to be assigned to both vertex groups. That needs to be to the lower bottom. So yeah, I thought I checked that and hadn't seen it, but yeah, so if I understand correctly, what this means is this one is assigned fully to the bottom piston, so therefore it moves with it. Whereas this one, the middle one, is assigned both to this bone here, which isn't going to move, and this bone here, which is moving up with the bottom, which means that this should move at half the rate of this, which, as they are the same height, should mean that they both get up to the top at the same time. So there we go. They're moving, they're moving, they're moving. Okay, that's going to need some tweaking, but it is progress. And what about this one? Piston's going up. Again, it needs a bit of tweaking, but we are looking good. So what sort of tweaking we need? I think the issue is so that is, I copy that. Copy that. Because I scaled by 0.9, that is probably not going to be right. Oh, nowhere near. Oh no, maybe. 0.331832 minus 0.328051 is 0.003781. Point 2258 Or 6 minus 0.222442 is 0.003404. Okay, so what I want is all of these be 0.222442 plus 0.003781. And then what we want is okay. So okay, so then what we want to do is here, bring that up, and we want that to there. And we want the middle piston Move us up there. Okay. So then what I need to do is on this lower one, I'm going to add limit distance outside. Lower, not elbow. And what we then want is let's do it there. We want to add one constraint. Limit limit distance inside of this, and again the elbow, and then we also want a limit location in local space, which needs to be above the limit distance, so it can't change the location. Brilliant. Oh, that's a fair point. With fixing the scale of all these. Session scale. Let's name that to let's do the naming on these. Left. Claw. Blender, why aren't you supporting the... Oh, you didn't mean to do that. Why aren't you supporting the proper keyboard shortcuts for jumping around a text field? Right, not right. Okay. Right, so we have our limits on distance here. Let's set our limits distance. We want that there. So first we want to limit limit location in local space. Now I'm not sure whether these constraints come into Blender, into Unity. I don't think they do, but I don't think that matters because the animations are going to be like pretty much baked. These are just for helping us with animations. Okay, good there. So how far we want to move up. Huh? Oh no, we didn't want to do that. We wanted to leave it there because we want to limit distance inside of this. Going to the right upper top piston. Now we're going up. There, and we want to add another limit distance so that we are outside of the upper top piston. Okay. Now we want this to be able to rotate 360 degrees. Oh no. Yes, we do. Rotate along the Z. Oh, because it needs to... I think I'm probably going to have to leave this here. I think what I need, because just for ease of animation, I need to be able to... This just wants to move up as an elbow joint. So ideally, I would want it to say, okay, you're rotating along this axis here. Which would be great, but I want it to sort of rotate along here and then rotate like that. But the problem is, if I bring it to here and then I rotate along that, it's not what I want. I think I need to separate it out where I have, like, if I rotated this, let's rotate this along the Y, rotate this along the Z, and rotate this along the Y, and rotate it along the Z. So you can see we're still doing this. I think what I may need... I may need this bone to come to here, have another bone here that is purely for rotation, and then as the pivot point is there, it should rotate along there, correct? Yeah, I'm going to have to do this another time, I think. So, let's have a look. Oh, wow. Oh, 1 second. Let me check something. Okay, well, we were going to raid someone, but it seems it's only a subscriber only stream. So I guess we'll just leave the stream there. So, I want to thank you all for coming. We've actually got quite a lot done today. We've managed to get Bezier path intersection working, which has been pretty fantastic. We have managed to get link deletion working. We've managed to come to a realization on the importance of rest from programming in order to keep yourself refreshed. We have managed to get our pistons in the Pokebot arms working. And with just a bit more effort, we can get the elbows working and hopefully get it mapped over and get everything sorted out on the rig so that we can start animating, which should be a lot of fun. So yes, it's been quite a lot, but I need to go and get some rest and relax and decompress. And yes, because I've got a lot of work to do tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday. And yeah, busy time, but hopefully a busy time that ends in me being able to relax more. So we will see. Anyway, I want to thank you all for coming. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. A wonderful, well, rest of your week and weekend. I mean, as I say, I may consider until next Monday to be only impromptu streams. I may stream, I may not. If I do stream, it is just going to be working on the Pokebot. But we will see. But yes, have a good week. And as always, happy coding.